All right, we are live, and I am trying out a different method this time. Doing a very lightweight setup this time instead of using all my headphone and the computer and all the things. This time, I'm still using a light, but I'm actually streaming from my phone with this lavalier microphone for audio. So I hope it sounds and looks good, at least acceptable. It might be a nice thing to do in a pinch. So we'll see how it works. It also allows me to be mobile with it. If I want to get up and get a drink or something, I could probably do that and not be glued to the thing. Promise not to take you guys to the bathroom with me though, okay? So, hey, we got Ben Benson and we got Don. You know what else is really cool is being able to watch or be able to talk to you on here. I can also see on the screen whenever somebody messages, so it's a lot easier for me to stay in here. Hey, what's up, Justin? Howdy, howdy. You guys are animals. You're all showing up 2 days in a row. What is going on with you? I had a heck of a day today. A lot going on, a lot going on. Oh, I need that. Do you see a theme here? I'm not sponsored, not yet, but maybe someday. It's the choice of an older generation. Almost done with the test intro. Cool, I can't wait to see it, man. That'll be really exciting. Better have new stuff to say. Thanks for showing up, man. Yeah, well, you see, what we did yesterday, that was just for the guys who showed up, and we're coming to that live stream. This is the regularly scheduled live stream, so we're gonna just hang out. I wanted to, I hope I have them here on the shelf somewhere. I had set them aside. But you know what? I don't see them, which sucks. I have some stuff I'm going to be doing for a giveaway in an upcoming video. I have some stuff. I was rummaging through my old magic chest. I have a big Foot Locker chest of magic. And I was going through it the other day. We're going to be moving pretty soon. And, just kind of clearing out stuff I don't need or old stuff or whatever. And I came across this stuff that I'm like, I either have duplicates of or like I don't really have any need for because it doesn't work with my character. I can't do the magic. It was given to me as a gift or whatever. And I've got a couple of things that are really cool that I just don't have any need for. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway in an upcoming video, or actually probably a couple of giveaways for DVDs and books and that kind of stuff, and maybe some little magic props. My cats are fighting. Jeez, that's the perfect time. So I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for being here. Just give me a indication. How's the audio? How's the video? This is my first time doing this for my iPhone, and I was a little bit nervous trying it this way, but I did not want to drag out the computer and the Yeti and the lights and the thing. So if this works out okay, this might be a nice way to just kind of run and gun it whenever I'm not able to bring all that stuff or to being lazy and my phone's charged. So again, also, so you guys know, I am running on battery power on my phone, so this live stream will go hopefully about an hour, but if it cuts short, it's because my battery died, so that's what we got. Where is it? I'm right here. There we go. This is something I wanted to talk about. A lot of the stuff that we're doing, not really. No, not. I have wall outlets nearby because I have this light, but none that'll get me with the camera close enough where I need it. And then I have really short cords. So unless you want me to come talk down on the floor with me, this is what we got to work with. But it should work out okay. It should work out all right. My phone batteries are pretty decent. It's a newish phone, so I just charged my battery for the live stream. Hey, all right, yeah, me too. Me too. I thought I was thinking about trying to do it this way before when I was on my way home, and so I would just, I have my phone plugged in, charging up the whole time I'm using the or driving and using the GPS. So I just was able to do it that way. Now Benson just wrote a message, so I want to see what everybody's writing. Not bad. Oh, really? For both, I was saying. Well, great. That's good news. That's good news, man. This is going to be a nice way to do this. if we can keep it going. So what I wanted to show you guys, this is actually, I kind of a secret project with Brian Brushwood and Scam Nation and all that kind of stuff, and the collaboration between our two channels. We were talking about, hey, what could we do for content? What was some things that might be really cool? Brian is friends with Michael Amar, got the thumbs up from Michael Amar to do some of the stuff from the Easy to Master Miracles magic series, cards, coins, all that kind of stuff. So in rare form, I got to teach some stuff that normally I don't think I would be able to teach. Some of it's already public domain. Like I think we talked over some of the stuff that I'm going to do, like Chicago Opener or Red Hot Mama, and some of the other ones that are just out there and have been out there forever. But there's some other stuff that, it's kind of in a gray area, but I was able to teach it because Michael Amar's got the permission, Brian got the permission from Michael Amar. It all worked out. So some cool stuff, and I think we're gonna continue with that series as long as it's popular. It'd be pretty awesome. I'm gonna adjust my camera here. Forgive the camera shake. I just want to not slouch so much. How is that? Maybe a little bit better. One thing I don't like about the doing this the phone way so far is that I can't read the notifications too quick before they fade away. They kind of disappear and fade out, and I can't read them fast enough. So, so yeah, that's a good question. So, a couple things. The trip was pretty fun and pretty fine until I had to go take care of a family medical emergency. I was the only person close enough to deal with the problem, and so I was the one that was there. So everybody's okay, everybody's fine, but yeah, I had to go run somebody to go see some medical attention, and yeah, it was kind of interesting because funnily enough, I'm driving from Austin, but like everybody else is still at work, and so I'm gonna get into town about 1 o'clock. Everybody else isn't gonna be off work until like 3 or 4. I was still the closest, even though I was in Austin when I got the call. So I was able to go and help them out for a couple of hours. But instead of getting home at 1 o'clock, I got home at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I was like, oh man, I really want to be home. But you got to do what you got to do. It's family, Yeah. So you were asking about what I have this propped on. This guy right here. This is the same tripod I use whenever I'm shooting videos for the Magic Minute. This is my beautiful tripod. It's very sturdy. Not too badly priced either. It was about $30 from Walmart, actually. But I was taking a look at this one, and I was looking at other ones that you could get from Best Buy for about $50 or $60, and they seemed about on par for quality. And so I said, well, screw it. I'll just pay $30. And it's been very robust. It's worked very well for me, and I think I might need to get another one at some point. I've been using my phone more and more because I'm finding myself needing two cameras. You wouldn't think, well, what the heck do you need 2 cameras for? But whenever we do like interviews with like Diamond Jim or other magicians that roll through that I'm planning on doing or whatever, you really need 2 different angles. I'm even thinking about adding that to my own videos, my instructional videos and that kind of stuff, or my talking head things, because it just looks more interesting to be able to cut from one shot to another. Watching some static head just talk forever could be really boring. You ever watch the 11 o'clock news and they're like, good evening, tonight's story, and da-da-da, right? And then they just keep turning, and that's because otherwise it's really boring to watch a talking head. So, yeah, thinking about doing that for my own production, getting the 2 angles, and then also whenever you're doing interviews, it makes it a lot more interesting and dynamic. I also want a smaller, lighter camera that I can carry around because I love my T5i, but I'm looking at those Canon M50s right now because they're mirrorless cameras, and they're super, super small, super lightweight, and just a lot easier to just kind of throw in your pocket and run around with, and not worry about it, where the DSLR is like a giant brick. So it's an eventual purchase. It's not something I can get right away. I got the kiddo coming, and so money's got to go towards other stuff. But eventually, when I can upgrade or add more equipment to the channel, that's what I'll be doing. iPhone works okay. The only problem with it is, of course, it's my primary communicator. And so I can't just like go, oh, well, I can just run it until the battery dies, because I can't change out the SD card because there is no SD card to switch out. And, you know, if the battery dies, I can't, you know, get home or call somebody or do anything like that. So, yeah, Canon M50 is what I'm looking at. It's a pretty cool camera. If you haven't heard about it, you might want to go check it out. No, I didn't. So I'm going through the comments here. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for expressing your concern. As far as I understand, they're okay right now. You know, they're still at the doctor getting looked at and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully everything will be okay, but no reason to worry right now. And Ben, to answer your question, nah, I didn't leave last night. I ended up crashing at the headquarters, at Modern Road headquarters, and then I left this morning. So no, I haven't been on the road for 2 days or something like that, something crazy like that. You know, those GoPros are really nice. The problem that I have with the GoPro is that if I can't change the lenses, and that's really important for what I'm doing. You get like one fixed focus length, and that's it. And it's really important to, at least for the kind of stuff that I do, to be able to have different focal lengths depending on what you're working on, and being able to change shutter speed and aperture and all those kinds of things. So, and the GoPros are honestly as much or more than the Canon M50. So I'm just, you know, you're looking at like $400 for Canon M50. You can easily spend that on a GoPro. Yeah, I mean, the fishbowl, it's not bad. There's actually, GoPro puts out a software, or used to, I don't know if they still do, but they put out a free software that you can import your video into, and it'll fix the fisheye. So I don't know if they still have that, but I would definitely take a look at the GoPro website and see if they still offer that free software. Because I have a GoPro. Mine's an older one. I have a Hero 3 Silver. So by today's standards, I'm still here. By today's standards, it's kind of like it's okay. The problem that I have with the Hero Silver is that it does not function very well in low light at all. Hero 7 Black, yeah. See, those are nice. That's a nice one. Is that the one with the hyper the image stabilization? Because they have like that hyper smooth stabilization, and I was like impressed with what that could do. Yeah, so Ben, thank you. Ask me your questions. How is it sleeping at the headquarters? We want to know what it's like and what it's like to hang out down there. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about what it's like over at Scam Nation or Modern Rogue headquarters, I'd be happy to answer your questions about it, at least the things that I can answer. I can't tell you where it is. But I can tell you that I've been there twice now, and I spent some time down there. I was the first person to stay there whenever I was originally there months and months ago. I was the first person to stay at headquarters. They had just like, there's still paint drying in some of the rooms, so it was like I was first person there. And they knew I was coming. They knew I was staying about a week in that case. And so what they did is they kind of hurriedly put together an air mattress and you know, gathered some pillows and stuff, and you know, just kind of as quickly as they could threw something together to try to make it as comfortable for me as possible. But it was not set up to receive guests yet. I was the very first person there, and we just kind of had to make it work. This time, thank you to Corey. I don't know if he's watching tonight or not, but Corey is the operations director over there now. He's taking care of all of the little things that, you know, tend to slip the minds of everyone else, and it's like, no, but we need to do this. Like, you guys can float in the air and think about all your happy, funny thoughts, but like, we really do need to go over and handle these things, and keeps everybody on track, and I think he does a great job at it. And so he made sure that I had a mattress, and they had like brand new bedspread and everything for me, so that was very comfortable. They finally put a mirror on the wall. If you guys remember my I think it was my Instagram post when it was like, say a lot about Brian, but he's not a vain man. They were putting a mirror on the wall when I got in there. So I had a mirror so I could look at myself in the morning and, you know, pluck my nose hairs or whatever. So yeah, it worked out pretty great. What else? I'm reading through the comments. So sleeping down there was kind of, if it wasn't so peaceful, it could be a little bit eerie, because it's on several acres, and the building that I was in is close to a road, but you know, you're pretty much on, like, I don't know how many acres it's, like 4 acres, 5 acres, something like that, or maybe a little bit more. It's pretty big. It's got to be more than 4 acres. Yeah. But so you're out there by yourself. You're down a long road that's, you know, kind of removed from everything. So it's very quiet. It's very peaceful. You can hear every noise in the house, and so you're always wondering what that noise is. But it's very peaceful. I slept very well both times. You hear it, not right now, but when I was there the first time, you hear the little crickets or whatever chirping and everything, and just very, very secluded, very peaceful. It was very easy to sleep. You know. Let me go through my. Yeah, hyper smooth stabilizations. Hero 8 was made solely to upgrade, as that was introduced in the Hero 7. Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, those Hero camera or those GoPro cameras are pretty impressive. Don says, speaking of cameras, how would I go about to set up a camera for a live show so I can do color races for a larger crowd? I need to connect to a projector. That's a hard one, Don. Different per camera computer. And you know, there's a way to do it though, and I think the way that you do it is with a GoPro. There is a way to do that. I'll see if I can research that. Let's talk about that. Would you post a string, Don, on the Facebook page asking that question, and then I'll do my research and I'll be able to respond to you more in depth with whatever links or whatever I find, because I have a friend that does that on cruise ships, and he uses a GoPro. I'm not sure of his setup, but if you ask that question over on the Facebook forum, I will, or the Facebook page, I will definitely get the resources for you and send that over to you. Okay. At the end of a dead end drive, we got 10 acres down here in our hole. That sounds really nice. You guys come around. Welcome to Livestream. Done. Okay. All right. I don't know. Maybe I'm the 4th person. I might be the 4th person. I don't know how YouTube counts this, but I might be, because I'm watching myself and I'm logged into the thing. Maybe I'm the 4th person. So, hi everyone. In case it's me. Yeah. So what else? What other questions do you guys have about Scam Nation or answers? I'm planning on. In fact, I don't know if it'll be this Thursday or if it'll be next Thursday or whatever. My upload schedule's been thrown off a little bit because of my trip and because of all this other content that I have to kind of now pack in a relevant amount of time. You know, I don't know when I'm going to be able to get to all the stuff, but very, very soon I'd like to talk about my trip down there, and I have a bunch of video and a bunch of photos, and I'll kind of go over the chronology and the story about my travel down there and share all of that more formally with better visual aids. But I'm happy to talk to you guys here and tell you what you might like to know about that whole experience and what it's like to do. One thing that really stuck out for me was how much more comfortable I was performing this time, because it's very different. You know, the first time that I went on Scam Nation, I had maybe, you know, 10 or 15 videos up since I had come back or something, but not a lot. I had not done much content at all before I just decided to hop on this show where they're doing crazy production, you know, level stuff. And so it was intimidating, and I would ramble on, or I would do the thing where I go, okay, so the trick is really simple. All you need to do is have these 4 things to bear in mind whenever you are presenting this trick. And those 4 things are, and whenever you're trying to make a really tight, quick video, all you're doing is you're wasting a lot of time talking and not saying anything that adds any value to the real thing. You just end up repeating yourself. So working here on my own and you know, with my channel was very beneficial whenever I went back, because now I had this understanding of, okay, audio and video and continuity and editing and all these things, and I have all of this in mind, and I understand that at a much deeper level. And so whenever I went back down there, I was much more practiced, much more polished, and it was a lot easier. Everything was extremely smooth. No have to, okay, pause, let's rewind, say it again, but you know, whatever, tighten it up. And those are my notes when I was there last time. And this time it was just like, okay, here it is, blah, 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 blah. All right, cut, print, we're done. Okay, next one. Blah, blah, blah. It was much smoother, a lot faster, just because of all my experience. So that really stood out to me, was how much easier it was this time around. It was almost like it felt very natural, like I've been doing it forever. Do you have plans on teaching everyday object magic like sugar packet straws? Yeah, you know, Brad, thank you for asking. Glad you're here, and yes, you know, the thing is everybody and their brother is doing card magic, and you know, of course it's the sexiest and it's the coolest, and you see all the verts doing the anaconda dribble and all the, you know, cardistry stuff, and it's sexy looking, and it gets a lot of eyeballs. But there's a lot more to magic than cards. In fact, because I'm at, I don't know, for those of you who don't know, I am headlining at TAOM, Texas Association of Magicians, this year over Labor Day weekend. And I was asked by the booker, they're like, we know you're a card guy, we know you're an amazing card guy, but we got a lot of card guys. Is there any other stuff that you have in your performance, because it would make the rest of the board really happy? And I said, yeah, I can actually guarantee you a completely zero cards at all in the whole thing. And not a lot of magicians can do that, right? Not a lot of people who are known as card magicians can do that. But it's good to be well-rounded, to be able to do magic in any environment at any time. And so yeah, I will be teaching magic with everything. Right now I'm looking at, I have a roster of ideas for rubber band magic, ring magic. I think Gildas was asking about ring and coin magic. Gildas Doyle, who's a regular on this show, or regular subscriber to the show, that's about ring and coin magic. So that's going to be a thing. Rubber band magic, string magic, all the things. And not just close-up stuff. I'm also going to be teaching a lot more like parlor things. And that's something I wanted to talk to Justin about, was because Justin is, I think he's doing he announced on the Facebook page that he's going to be doing a kids show for his church pretty soon. I was talking about what kinds of stuff you might want to do for there, and I have some ideas about that. And that would, for that kind of group or that kind of setting, you don't want to be doing close-up magic. That's a very different type. And that's mostly what's shown on YouTube, is just close-up magic. So I'll be going into parlor and stage and stuff you can build at home, or effects that you can do at all different scales, or that work in different environments. Yeah, it'll be stuff that you can find around the house, or most of the time anyway. So I hope that answers your question. Brad, I appreciate the question very much. You think you're busy, try being Brushwood. Yeah, that guy's crazy. I don't know where he gets the time, but you know, that kind of work pays off though, you know? He's got the podcast. He's got Scam Nation, Modern Rogue. He's writing a book right now, I think. He's got a lot going on. But he has more help than I do, and that's something that I'm very envious. Every time I go down there, he doesn't have to edit the videos. You know, he's got an expert team that does the shooting and the editing and all the sound and everything, and so he just has really good people he can trust, and then just gives it to them. In fact, I'm sure he's not watching, but Bryce, if you're here, hello. You're a saint. I love you, my friend. And, you know, yeah. My name is Boxy. Ah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, but Bryce is good people. Actually, the whole team is good people, but yeah, just Bryce and I have interacted a lot more. But yeah, that's super helpful to have a team that you can just go here. Here's the stuff. Here's the thing we're gonna cover this week. I'll be the talent. I'll do the stuff. I'll interpret all the stuff. I'll wrangle all the other people and put on a show. And you guys need to film it and edit it and make it look pretty. And yeah, I wish I had that kind of. Here, I've given you all the raw pieces. Go make it look pretty. And I don't have that, but someday maybe I will. Oh, Ben, Blind Man's Handcuffs. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that. I don't know if I have, if I can do that in good conscience or not. I'll have to research it, see where it originated, and see if it's okay for me to do that. I think that's a more recent effect, but maybe I'm wrong. If it's not, then I'll be happy to teach it. It's pretty cool. Don asks me, have you ever done magic to help with a marriage proposal? Honey, can you help me out with that one? Have I ever done magic to help with a marriage proposal?
Yes, I have the invitation.
Yes, I have. In fact, I have an invitation. I don't want to show them the address or anything on there, but here's an invitation for a marriage or for a wedding that just came in the mail, and I got that from the bride and groom who I helped propose. Yes, I have. I've done that, and I've also done gender reveals with magic. So I've also done anniversaries and birthdays for adults. So the only thing I don't think I've done is a funeral. I think that's the only thing I haven't used magic for yet. And I say yet because it's going to happen. That sounds dark, but yeah, no. Even if it's magic at my own funeral, if I do like an Azra levitation up out of the coffin, that'll be my last trick. I'll do it. That'd be terrifying. I'm gonna do it. But yes, the answer is yes. I've done magic to help people celebrate and acknowledge all important life events. Justin is being my frickin' hero here and letting everybody know about the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Magic Minute Official. It's where it's our secret club. It's where we all gather and can talk and interact in a more cohesive and unrestricted way than we can here in the YouTube comments or chat. So definitely, if you're interested in getting more involved or being able to maybe get help, or that's really going to be, it's turning already into a workshop where we go, hey man, what do you think about this thing? I'm working on this move. Or hey, last week's video you taught this, and I'm having a little problem with this or understanding that part. Could you maybe show me where I'm going wrong? That's a perfect example of what that'd be used for. This is really, I almost thought about calling this channel the Magic Mentor, because that's my niche. That's what I intend to do with this channel, and how I'm different, I think, from just about any other channel on YouTube regarding magic, is I'm really here to help build and grow a community of magicians and help them with the last 12 years of knowledge that I have working professionally. Shave some pain and heartache off of your journey, and help you with whatever knowledge I have, including and especially the stuff I've screwed up on. So, and how to do it better. So, Magic Mentor, the Magic Minute. But yeah, there's going to be a lot better use of Facebook whenever we're trying to really, It's also a perfect place if you guys have ideas or questions, or want to see a certain type of video, or have me cover a certain topic. That's a great place to leave it to. Of course, the comments are a great place for that as well. That always gives me ideas, but we can flesh stuff out a lot more in a forum where we can all talk and interact with each other in a better way. So, and with one another, even without me there, which is ultimately what I want. 52 card pickup. Yeah, man, Everybody's good at that game. I'm still catching up to y'all's comments, so sorry, y'all. Rubber band magic is pretty easy to have whenever you're asked to do magic on the spot. Yeah, that's the thing is that, I joke, I do a lot of mentalism on stage when I'm performing for my corporate clients. It just tends to, for some reason, work a little bit better. And what's great about mentalism is it's super lightweight to carry and to pack and all that kind of stuff. And let's say I'm on an airplane and they lose my luggage. All I have to do is whenever I land, go spend, $50 at a Staples, and I can entirely rebuild my show from that. So there's a lot of comfort in knowing that I don't have to rely on special props to do my magic for me. And if they get broken or lost or stolen or whatever, I'm okay, because ultimately the best tool you have is up here between your ears, and as long as you got that, you're gonna be all right. So that's a very comforting thought. Magic Minute on Facebook. I still need to check it out. Yes, everybody should. Yeah, Ben, you got to check it out, man. It's really easy. Facebook.com / The Magic Minute Official. All you got to do is go over there and see what it's about. It's still growing. I got to tell you, Justin is he's a mega minute man. He's 3M. He's the guy who's always on the spot. He's been sharing a lot. He just put up a video on there about a phone magic trick, but where you don't actually need to do it live, which is really cool. So you should go check that out too. It's like a 12-minute long video-ish, and you should definitely give it a look. Also, he's asking for critiques and help, which is what I'd love to see. Respectful and helpful comments and critiques are what gets everybody there. I used to be allergic to criticism, and I'd be really guarded and not want to have anybody tell me that I was sucked or what I did wrong. But then I found out that I could have sucked for a lot less time if I would have listened to people and just taken their advice and just understood that it was well-meaning and that they were trying to help. If you keep hearing the same thing over and over from multiple people, maybe it's not just one person's opinion, but maybe it's something you should actually look at and maybe address. And I used to not want to do that, but I've since got over that. Justin, I'm glad to hear that I've helped you out so much. I mean, it's means I'm doing something right, either intentionally or accidental. I have this joke I make with my friend Joe all the time, which is if we look like we know what we're doing long enough, maybe people will start thinking we do. And yeah, sure, I've got some background in teaching magic and this kind of thing, but I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really glad that I'm helping you out and that you're getting value out of my channel. Yeah, Justin, let's hear your joke, man. I want to hear your joke. And then I got one to share. Look at this. We got like a bunch of people just popping on right now. Hello, everyone. Baby, you okay?
Yeah, just a Braxton Hicks. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. If you need me, I'll
I'm fine.
okay. Hey, Elizabeth. How you enjoying that Sherpa? Justin says, we all know why the chicken crossed the road, but why did the squirrel cross the road? Why is that? We don't know. He never made it. That's sad. That hits home. I accidentally hit a rabbit the other day. Yeah, I still feel bad about it. Just was out in the middle of the road in the middle of the night and decided instead of going this way, he was going to turn back around and run right under my car tire. Still bothers me. I don't like to take the life of an animal if I'm not going to eat it. And no, I didn't eat the rabbit. I know I'm from Texas, but not that much from Texas. Okay. I'm from Texas. I lived half my life here. I'm a wealth of knowledge. Well, I'm full of something, Don. I don't know what it is. My wife would say I'm full of something else. Fancy TV shows like Penn and Teller, etc. I don't recall ever seeing you. Have you ever tried? Yes, kind of. So here's the thing. I have technically, in the strictest sense of the term, I have been on Penn and Teller's Fool Us, Masters of Illusion, and AGT. But that being said, not in any real appreciable way. On Penn and Teller's Fool Us, I was in the Bumper Ship Magician that I refer to often on the channel. He is probably join us for an interview, kind of like I did with Diamond Jim. This guy's an absolute animal and is just crushing it every doing. He's a corporate magician, does some trade shows, and also does cruise ships, and then he's also doing private shows, and so he's doing an amazing job, and really doing I'm just always in awe of him and his mind. He's always going. Anyway, him and I are friends. We've been friends for a long time. Met him at TAOM, and then became good friends. And he asked me if I would lend a hand with an effect that he was working on. He knew he was going to be on Penn and Teller's Fool Us. He was working on an effect, but he needed another magician's eyeballs, and had to work out a couple of the technical, logistical things about the effect that weren't working. And so he asked me to come over, and him and I hung out at his apartment till like 2, 3 in the morning and worked out all of the little pieces and everything. And then so as a thank you, he called me up and said, hey, the producers would love to see if you were on the show or put you in a little bumper or something. So I had like 4 or 5 second just boom on in the bumper, introducing Trig on that. Masters of Illusion is a little bit more involved. Masters of Illusion, I was on an iPreen handing things to each other through the screen, and had a cup, and he filled the cup up with Sunny D or whatever, and I drank it, and all these things, just back and forth stuff. So, and I'm called out by name. I'm Alan on there, and I'm a bald head with my beard, and I did not get very far at all. But I did show up briefly in like Lip or something. So technically I've been on all 3 of them, but in no real appreciable way. Brian Brushwood has asked me if I was interested in doing Fool Us, because I guess he has a connection there where he might be able to talk to somebody solid sense. So if that happens, I'm sure you'll hear about it. Game today. Well, I hope you're okay. That's never good. I wouldn't want to get punched in the face. Eek. Did the effect fool Penn and Teller? No, but I don't know if it was really intended to. The thing is, whenever you're on Penn and Teller, one of the producer on the show was a guy named Sean Farquhar. He was the IBM president for a while, and he's a fantastic magician. If you've probably seen him and not realized it was him. He's a Canadian. Anyway, he was, whenever he was posting in the Facebook Magic forums looking for people to apply a couple of seasons ago, he said, don't worry about having to fool them. Really, all they're worried about is making sure that they're putting good magic on television. They just want to highlight artists and see good magic on television. If it fools them, that's a bonus, but it's not necessary, and it's not necessary to apply. And the secret to fooling any magician is using their knowledge against them. That's the best thing you can do, is to fool them, is to let them think they know what you're doing, and then use a completely different method than what they would think, right? Like doing a torn and restored something, but not doing it anywhere near the same way that everyone knows that the torn and restored is done. That's the secret to fooling them. No, well, let me back up because no, I didn't. I haven't met Sean Farquhar, at least not in person. We interact through the a Facebook forum whenever he was searching out for talent, and he's also on there a lot. Him and I have actually had some arguments before about teaching magic online, actually. So he may or may not like me, but yeah, we just, you just interact with each other online. I know Sean as well as I know any of you guys, just through interaction online. But Sean's really cool. Justin asks, is Foolish as stage as AGT? Well, I don't know if I can let the cat out of the bag about this one, but no, it's not staged. But I'll let you know that whenever Penn and Teller are sitting next to each other and they're doing this kind of like thing when they're like commiserating over what the magician just did, they're not actually talking to each other. They're talking to the producer because the producer knows how the trick works. Penn and Teller will come up with a theory about how it works. And then before opening their mouths and putting their foot in it, they'll go, hey, Mr. Producer, is this right? This is our theory. Are we even close? And the producer will say yes or no. And then if they're wrong, well, then they got fooled, and then they announce it. And if they are right, then, well, guess what? They're pretty certain that they can then say enough to then let the magician know that they caught him out. So what's interesting, too, is if you watch the program, you'll notice that early seasons are very different from how it is now. In the early seasons, Penn and Teller used to just really, well, Penn, because he's the only one who talked, would really just kind of like rip into the magicians and just like almost flat out expose how they did it in front of a full room of people. And I think what happened is they realized that that was not the right format because it would put magicians off. It was like, who's going to want to come on the show with the chance of being eviscerated in front of a whole group of people there live, and then also online for millions of people, or for on TV for millions of people. So they have softened their approach and now start to speak in code about I see you used maybe it was a DL with the TT and the ITR, FYI, LMNOP. And so they do this kind of thing now where it's much more friendly. The magician understands what it means, but they're not flat out exposing it to everyone else. And I think that code was the smart way to do that. Question about the intros. I can add music to it, but I think that you might want to choose music to avoid copyright. So do you think you can add it afterwards, or you want me to try to do it? Justin, hey, thank you for asking. I'm really excited what you come up with for the intro. I can't wait to see it. I'll handle the music because there's all kinds of YouTube, copyright protection and DMC or whatever it is. They have all those. It's safer just to let me do it, and that way if I get flagged or something, it's my fault and it's not on you. So hope that answers the question. Elizabeth, have you done anything for it? If you're like, you know what, I heard really helps with like bruises and, well, it's not quite exactly that because it's not a black eye, but what helps with swelling and inflammation of that kind of stuff is raw meat. Is putting raw meat on that. I would probably recommend beef and not chicken because of the salmonella. But raw beef is supposed to help alleviate the inflammation. I'm not a doctor. Don't take this as medical advice. Blah blah blah. But it's something that I've used before for my own self. Yeah, I get Brendan's to go. What is that? Have you ever look at those old boxer movies? Somebody gets a black eye. Puts a slab of raw meat on his face. Something about the enzymes in the beef, or the way that it cools an area and can conform to the crevices of your face or something. I don't know what it is about it, but apparently raw meat has some kind of beneficial properties for relieving inflammation. Don't take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Try at your own risk. I'm not a doctor. but just what I heard. Yeah, that's not good though. So, I'm going to check just briefly to see how much battery life I have left. You know, I'm actually really impressed because the battery life's holding up pretty great. I started with 100% and I'm at about 76 right now. So I'm pretty impressed with how long I can do a live stream on this. Something I wanted to do, guys, is I've been talking to Confetti Eddie. You guys remember Confetti Eddie's Magic Parlor where I do the public shows? I think I posted some of that stuff about on the Magic Minute and the community page and some other places. Do that show about once a month, sometimes less, sometimes more, but about once a month. And I was talking to him about doing a live stream to get some excitement going. So we might get a chance to do a live stream of the show, especially if the battery's holding it up like this. The show's 2 hours long. That should be plenty of time to, you know, and it would probably get just an external battery pack or something just to make sure, double sure. But we might just live stream one of the Confetti Eddie shows just so you guys can see it. If you're interested in that kind of thing, let me know, and then I can bring that to him. Almost like signing a petition. If enough people say, hey, yeah, that would be cool, I want that, then I can then bring it to him and he'll take a much more serious look at it. Yeah, so we're already at 47 minutes. My goodness. You know, my wife was on last night. I don't know if you guys were there for that. I'll tell you guys right now. So we had a super secret live stream from Modern Rogue headquarters yesterday. I don't know if everybody here who's here tonight was there yesterday, but if you guys want to get in on those kinds of things, I'm starting to kind of gamify this a little bit. I want to find out who my hardcore fans and viewers are. And so what I'm doing now is I'm going to be doing little stuff where, like, you know, maybe for the first hour that a video goes up, you know, you'll get a little secret link or something. You'll get a little message in the description box with a little link that tells you, hey, go over to this place right here to get the cool super secret thing. Or it might be, I'm going to do an unlisted live stream that's just a secret thing for us. And so if you want to join in on that secret live stream, it's going to be at this code. Or here's a secret video that no one else is going to have access to. But that's only going to show up if you guys are making sure you're showing up really early for the videos, or if you guys are subscribed and have the bell icon, so that way you're getting those at the second posts. You don't know where they're going to show up either. They could show up on Facebook on the fan page. They could show up in a description in a video. They could show up in the community. But these things will just flash and pop out of existence. And if you catch it, you catch it. And if you don't, you don't. You just have to try next time. But I'm going to start making that a fun little game that we play and finding out who's really just kind of like zoned in, and reward those who are really coming and checking the stuff out. I'll give you some really cool stuff. Maybe there'll be a giveaway. Maybe there'll be a free PDF of a classic book, or maybe it'll be a secret instructional video that only people who are in the secret know get to see, or maybe it'll be I don't know. It could be a lot of things. So make sure you are keeping an eye out for that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see what else we got. We got some more. Oh, this is my phone's starting to lag. Maybe. Yeah, you know, guys, I think what's happening is that my camera is, or I think if my phone is finally having enough of all this bull hockey. It's not wanting to respond to me anymore. So I think we're gonna have to go ahead and cut the live stream right here. My phone is just not responding anymore, and it looks like some people are having some problems seeing it. My phone's probably overheating with all of this. So with that, unfortunately, we're gonna say goodnight. Wonderful to hang out with you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Really excited. Have a lot of really exciting stuff coming up. Make sure you're hanging out, checking out that community page, Facebook fan page. And check out for those descriptions, right? Give you an eye out for those secret link things. Those are going to be coming, okay? Good night, everybody. Peace and long life. Live long and prosper. And I will see you all really soon. Boopity boop.